Good evening, everybody. I am Joe Halverson, and this is Pac-12 Tonight. For tonight's show, I'll be recapping what was a banner weekend for the Pac-10, plus taking a look at how future members fare. First up, non-league play. UCLA, Texas. The Bruins' 34-12 victory over the Longhorns in Austin was not only the most stunning outcome for the Pac-10, but also the rest of the nation. Texas, which played for the BCS championship last season, came into the game with the nation's top-ranked run defense. UCLA was so impressed that they ran for 264 yards on the day, including 118 by its sophomore Jonathan Franklin. The Longhorns also had trouble holding onto the ball, coughing it up 5 times on the afternoon to make UCLA's job that much easier. Without question, this is the signature victory of the Rick Neuheisel era. It's also the most impressive non-league victory for the UCLA program since, well, the last time they went to Austin, when they thrashed Texas 66-3 in 1997. I guess we know the real reason why the Longhorns decided to pass on joining the conference this past offseason. Now on to Stanford Notre Dame. Now, Stanford took care of business, going to South Bend and handing the Fighting Irish a 37-14 defeat. Andrew Luck overcame a couple of miscues to throw for 238 yards, while Nate Whitaker kicked 5 field goals to give the Cardinal all the points they needed on the afternoon. However, this was a statement game for the Cardinal program, as a 23-point victory was the largest for Stanford in the history of their series with Notre Dame. The Cardinal were also rewarded with a top 10 ranking in the AP poll, which is their first since 1992. The last non-league game was Oregon State-Boise State. Now the Beavers were within striking distance going into the fourth quarter, trailing only by 7. But in the end, Boise State proved to be too much, adding a couple of insurance field goals and winning 37-24 in Boise. Now the Beavers gave it their best shot, but winning on the Smurf turf is too much to ask for any team these days, as the Broncos currently hold an incredible 57-game home winning streak, with their last loss coming against Washington State in 2001. Speaking of the Cougars, they kicked off conference play against USC in Pullman. And Wazoo actually played with USC for most of the first half, scoring on their first drive and utilizing 3 USC turnovers to make it 28-13 at the half. However, USC just dominated the rest of the way, outmuscling WSU all along the front and rolling up 613 yards in a 50-16 victory. The next game is California-Arizona, which was the polar opposite, a defensive struggle. Coming off an embarrassing loss at Nevada, the Cal defense responded with just an outstanding performance against Arizona's spread. The Wildcats, however, were equally stout, holding the Golden Bears to 3 field goals and coming up with a late stand to give Arizona a 10-9 victory in Tucson. And for the second consecutive week, Nick Foles led Arizona on a game-winning touchdown drive, leading Arizona to its first 4-0 start since 1998. The last league game for the night was Oregon-Arizona State. Now, the Ducks have had it easy so far this season, entering the game ranked first in the country in both offense and defense. But the Sun Devils possessed one of the Pac-10's top defenses, and their offense was actually the big story, as they exploded for 597 yards in a where-did-that-come-from performance. Unfortunately for ASU, they turned the ball over 7 times, killing any chance of an upset, as Oregon gutted out a fairly ugly 42-31 victory. Now, for the future members of the league, Colorado had the weekend off. But Utah hosted San Jose State, and it was just simply another blowout victory for the Utes, as they won 56-3. And this one was over by halftime, as the Utes put up 28 points in the second quarter to end the half with a 35-3 lead. It's looking more and more like Utah is the top contender for the Mountain West title in their final season in that league. This concludes this edition of Pac-12 Tonight. Questions and comments can be sent to pac12tonight@gmail.com. You can follow me on Twitter at Joe_Halverson. And you can follow my coverage of college sports on Facebook and your smartphone using the College Superfans app that is produced by Smartphones Technologies. I'm Joe Halverson. Good night.